Good evening, Gills fans. Welcome back to the latest Matchday Live from Gills in the Blood TV. It is Tuesday night and somewhat surprisingly, it's a 7:45 kickoff for this game between Fleetwood and Gillingham. Here, team news is in. We're a few minutes away from the start of the game. Gills, completely unsurprisingly, same 11, same 18. So that team in full is Jack Bonham in goal, a back four of Ryan Jackson, Jack Tucker, Robbie Cundy and Connor Ogilvie, a midfield of Stuart O'Keefe, Carl Dempsey, Tommy O'Connor and Oliver Lee. And the most forward-thinking players in that 11 for Dane Oliver and Jordan Graham. Flexibility in terms of whether we go 4-4-2, diamond, 4-4-1-1 or 4-2-3-1, which I think is really useful. In terms of the hosts tonight, Paddy Madden, serial scorer against the Gills, is only on the bench, so that's a boost. Wes Burns is on the bench as well, so a couple of good options there. Alex Cairns, who I've always rated pretty highly at this level, he's back in goal as their regular number one now. Callum Connolly, the captain. Callum Camps, the top scorer, starts. And Carl Vassell gets the nod up front over Paddy Madden. So, be an interesting game. Both sides are in a decent bit of form. Gills probably slightly better than Fleetwood at the moment. But on the back of 2 away wins, Simon Grayson's men are surely going to be coming into this one with a bit more confidence. Excuse me. But at Highbury, they're difficult to beat, but struggle to win themselves. So, makes for an interesting night. If we want to get all 3 points and push ourselves further up the table, we're going to have to earn the right. We can't just come off the back of the Ipswich game and think we've got a divine right to win football matches now. So we'll have to start well and put in the performance that we did at the weekend and at against MK Dons last week and at Fratton Park in the one before that. But yeah, really looking forward to this one. It has the makings of a good fixture. Should bring you more footage as and when the game gets underway. 47 seconds gone. It's a horror start for the Gills. It's a dream start for the Cod Army. It's a penalty and it's going to be Carl Vassell. Ball gets loaded into our box. The wind catches it. It then bobbles up and bounces. Stuart O'Keefe and Connor Ogilvie between them. They just bundle through the Fleetwood man. No complaints from me. It's up to Jack Bonham now. He's got a good record, Jack. Here he comes now. Carl Vassell, left-footed. Sends the keeper he sends the keeper the wrong way. It's hit the post and got in, and Fleetwood lead with less than 2 minutes on the clock. Really poor start from Gills' point of view. Carl Vassell's just hit the crossbar here. Firstly, the free kick's been given to Fleetwood, which shouldn't be given. There's a push on Robbie Cundy. He doesn't get a free kick. Then the same thing Jack Tucker does to their player, and he gives a free kick literally 10 seconds after. Short ball into the channel. We've not woken up. Carl Vassell bubbles one into the turf. Must have taken the deflection because Fleetwood have got a corner which is coming in now. It's gone all the way out the far end of the 6-yard box. Fleetwood players let it run out. And it's actually a goal kick to Gills, but we've not settled. The penalty's rocked us, it's safe to say that at the moment. We just need to keep the ball for a few minutes. 6 gone, 1-0 down and struggling. Gills have settled now in fairness, which is good to see. Last 2 or 3 minutes, ball's been played predominantly in the Fleetwood half. Jordan Graham's threatening to get the better of the left wing back at the moment, and a couple of throw-ins from Ryan Jackson have caused a couple of problems. Here's another one. Dane Oliver's won the first flip. Then Jack Tucker, and it's been headed out. Looks like it's going to go for corner for Gills. Yeah, so clock's just ticked up to 11 minutes, still 1-0 down, but we have responded and we're back in this in terms of territory. Fleetwood have just carved out a half chance, and it's Carl Vassell at the heart of everything that they're doing really well. We're really struggling at the moment to contain him. He's getting his body between the ball and the centre-backs, and if he feels contact, he's winning free kicks. If it's coming into his chest, he's bringing it under control, and he's linking up with his strike partner really well. And that's how the last half chance came about. It reminds me of when he played for Blackpool. He absolutely murdered us at the Priestfield at the back end of the 18-19 season, I think it was. They won 3-0, and I'm sure Vassell got a couple. We need to find a way to nullify his threat and stop him getting the ball so much, because at the moment he's causing us all manner of problems. It's been a short break in play. Ryan Jackson's got down, had to get some treatment on his right ankle. Bit of a heated exchange between him and the referee when Gary Hayman's come on, so I'm not sure what that was all about, but he's back up on his feet now and he's just about to take a long throw. Maybe it's one of them magic moments like he had last week in the MK Dons game with that shoulder problem. But let's stay with this throwing. First shot in anger from the Gills, and it comes after 34 minutes. There's a poor clearance from Jordan Rossiter. It finds its way to Tommy O'Connor. He's 25 yards out. Decent enough touch out of his feet. Looks like he's trying to whip one into the top corner. It's just gone over the bar. It's not a bad effort, just didn't dip in time. But first shot in anger from the Gills tells you all you need to know about our issues at the moment. Still 1-0 down. Into the final 5 minutes of the first half at Highbury, still 1-0 to Fleetwood. They're still comfortable in the defensive aspect of the game. Gills, we're not learning, unfortunately, from a frustrating point of view for us. We keep going long, we keep going direct, but what we're doing is we're going too straight and we're going too near the middle areas of the pitch. It's blowing a gale and it's just running through to Alex Cairns every time. We're not taking anything off it, we're not changing the angle, and it's far too easy for Fleetwood in a defensive sense at the moment. The other end, we've been all right. Fleetwood have had more of the ball and created a couple of half opportunities, but we're just a little bit too passive in the middle of the park at the moment, and there's too many of our key players like Ollie Lee, Carl Dempsey, Jordan Graham, just not having enough of the ball, and when they do get it, they're not using it properly. Big half time in store if it stays like this, I think. Late chance here for Gills to try and get themselves on level terms before the break. It wouldn't be deserved, make no bones about that, but here comes the free kick from Tommy O'Connor, clipped in. Robbie Cundy wins the first touch. Oh, Ollie Lee, that's a brilliant save from Alex Cairns. He's going the wrong way and he's flung up an arm and stopped it at point blank range, otherwise Gills would be level. Best chance for the Gills by an absolute country mile. Throw in on the far side. Another corner for the Gills. Just a little bit of pressure at the end of this half. We've worked the throw in short, which is good to see. Trying to mix it up, and Stuart O'Keefe's had a shot that's been deflected wide. Short corner now. Here comes Jordan Graham's ball. That's Pauling. Hasn't beaten the first man. Tommy O'Connor has to be better. Clipped into a dangerous area. For Dane Oliver competes. It's been headed away. Fleetwood have been resolute. Really good defensively, the three centre-backs. Tommy O'Connor's been barged off the ball. We're going to get one more chance to load it into a dangerous area here. 2.5 minutes gone of the three have added on. Need the delivery to be as good as it was for the Ollie Lee chance about a minute or two back. It really is the last chance. Here it comes now into the middle of the 6-yard box. Oliver completes with Cairns, who claims it pretty comfortably. That's probably it in terms of the first period. Half time on the Fylde coast, and it's currently Fleetwood 1, Gillingham 0, and the home side deserved to lead. The goal came really early in proceedings. It was that early Carl Vassell penalty, and he's probably been the star man in terms of Fleetwood. We're really struggling to work out how to defend against him. Our centre-backs, if they drop off, he turns and plays teammates in. If they get touch tight, he's clever enough to win free kicks or spin in behind himself. The big positive for me, I suppose, is the way we ended the half. The last couple of minutes, we at least created a couple of half chances. The save from Alex Cairns is absolutely brilliant. Free kick in from Tommy O'Connor. Robbie Cundy, like at the weekend, wins the first flick. And Ollie Lee probably thinks he scored. He gets a good connection. Alex Cairns is going away to his left and gets an arm up against the way that he's falling, and makes a brilliant save with his right wrist, and they managed to smuggle it out for a throw-in after that. Certainly work to do though for the Gills. Too many of our key players are well below par, including the captain, who's had his worst half of football for us in a long time, and potentially could be a couple of changes at the break. It'd be interesting to see whether we go to 4-4-2 or something like that and get Big John Akindi on to go up against the three centre-halves, because for all his hard work, Dane Oliver's got no change out of any of them so far. Good thing is, we're only one down. Gills have made a change at half time, but it's not one of those that I thought it would be. I thought it'd be an offensive one. It looks like it's enforced. It seems that problem for Ryan Jackson was more substantial than we'd first thought, and he's had to go off. It's Robbie McKenzie who comes on, so I'd imagine he'll slot straight in at right back in a straight swap. So aside from that, it's exactly the same as the first period. Can't see it lasting too long though. Steve Evans is surely only going to give this lot 10 or 15 minutes, and then he'll make changes and mix it up if we don't get the reaction that we want. Second change has come for the Gills, and it's come a lot quicker than I envisaged. It's John Akindi who has come on, unsurprisingly, so he's going to go up and give some company and some help to Dane Oliver. It's Tommy O'Connor who's been withdrawn, so trying to work out what system Gills have gone to. It's going to be slightly more attacking, obviously, than it was in the first period, but I'll try and work out what exactly the formation is that we're using. It's going to be quite a substantial amount of injury time at the end of proceedings tonight. There's been an injury to James Hill, I think it is, the Fleetwood defender, bravely stuck his head in where it hurts and took a whack, and there's quite a bit of blood. He's just been bandaged up and walked off the pitch with a physio. Looks like he's going to continue, which is the main thing. But still plenty of minutes left in this game. If Gills can show a bit about something in this half and get on the front foot a little bit more and try and put that Fleetwood backline under a lot more pressure than they did in the first half. Another big chance for the Gills. John Akindi causing havoc in the Fleetwood penalty area. His first shot gets charged down. He then does really well. Has a great touch out of his feet. Left-footed drive. Alex Cairns stands up, makes a good save with his legs. Still 1-0 to Fleetwood, but signs of life from the Gills. Jordan Rossiter's just hit the crossbar from Fleetwood from about 35-45 yards. Jack Bollum, for some reason, comes out, tries to get a long ball, realises he's outside of his box, has a touch, scuffs a clearance left-footed. Rossiter, first time, clips a brilliant effort. Jack Bollum's got absolutely no chance. He's nowhere near it. It's hit the upright angle of crossbar and post, and Gills have had a massive let-off. At the other end, though, John Akindi's been really good since coming on. Fleetwood can't defend against him at the moment, and if Robbie Cundy had just had a little bit more composure in the penalty box, we might have had a shot on target. Still 1-0 to Fleetwood, but very lively opening to the second period. Looking at the Gills formation, it looks like it's a 4-4-2, so it looks like it's Jack Bollum in goal, the back four of Robbie McKenzie, Jack Tucker, Robbie Cundy and Connor Ogley. It then looks like Carl Dempsey's playing from the right, Jordan Graham from the left, Ollie Lee's dropped in to play alongside Stuart O'Keefe, and then the two big men up front for Dane Oliver and John Akindi. That's what I've worked out so far. We've certainly looked more of a threat since we've gone that way, but obviously Fleetwood are still going to cause us problems, because the longer this stays at 1-0, we're going to be more open. Third change of the evening for Gills with 65 minutes played. It's Oliver Lee being withdrawn. No surprise tonight. He's not been at it at all, unfortunately, aside from that effort right at the end of the first half. He's been replaced by Matty Willock, so a good chance for Willock to come on with 25 minutes plus injury time to have a good effect and try and influence things in a positive way. 65 gone, still 1-0 down. Change number 4 now for the Gills, so you can't accuse Steve Evans and Paul Rayner of not trying to change things up to get back into this game. It's Jordan Graham who's been withdrawn for Alex McDonald. Not surprising in the sense that Jordan Graham's been well off the pace tonight, unfortunately, along with plenty of others. But Alex McDonald will come on, he'll be more industrious, he'll give us more work rate running back towards his own goal. So be interesting to see how we play this for the final 20 minutes or so, plus that large chunk of injury time that will be due. Half a chance for the Gills again, just had a bit more of the ball in the last couple of minutes, started to keep it a little bit better as well. It'd been flat for about 5-10 minutes and that was suiting the home side, but Connor Ogilvie, good long throw for Dane Oliver, wins the first flick. John Akindi first time on the spend, Perowitz hits a volley straight at Alex Cairns, unfortunately. Still signs of life from the Gills though, with about 15 minutes to play. Chance for Fleetwood at the other end. Jack Tucker for the second time in this half's been caught trying to see the ball out of play and been out-muscled. Luckily, Batty's blazed one over from about 12 yards on the angle of 6-yard box. It's going to happen, isn't it? With less than 15 minutes to play, we're going to have to be more open and we're going to leave spaces in behind. End to end at the moment. Corner for Gills now on the far side. Matty Willock, really good burst down the left-hand side, and centre-half's had to come out and make a good tackle and see it out for a corner. Here it comes now. Dempsey flat on right into the middle. Oh, not sure who got the first flick, but it was brilliant defending if it was the Fleetwood player, which it was, because we've got a throw in. So I imagine Connor Ogilvie's going to have to run across to the right-hand side to take this. Final 12 minutes plus injury time. More good play from John Akindi. Gets the ball back to goal in the penalty area. Holds it up, waits for Carl Dempsey's run. Carl Dempsey's first touch is brilliant. You think he's going to pull the trigger. For some reason, he has another shot and narrows the angle, and he's blazed across out for a throw-in. First touch is really good. Looking at the replay, thought he was going to go across the keeper. He's got the cross all wrong. We need to be more clinical in the final third if we're to get anything out of this, because time's starting to run out. 5 minutes of injury time's just come up on the board. Half chance for Gills. Carl Dempsey, good delivery from the right-hand side for Dane Oliver. Shows none of the composure that he's shown in recent games. Snatched effort on the volley when he could have had a touch. Did he get a call from a teammate? Who knows? Still 1-0 down in injury time. Big chance for Fleetwood to seal it in injury time. And it's Jack Tucker again getting out-muscled on the touchline. Paddy Madden drives into the box. Has a chance to cut it back for Vassell, but he goes for goal and Jack Bonham stands big and keeps us in it. Now we've got a free kick about 20 yards inside our half. Full time at the Highbury Stadium tonight, and it's finished Fleetwood 1, Gillingham 0. And that really, really early penalty from Carl Vassell has ultimately proved to be the difference. Aside from that, I don't think there's been a great deal between the sides, in truth. We took a while to get going in terms of good chances that we've created. The Ollie Lee one's the massive one in the first half. The John Akindi one second half is a good effort from John Akindi, and Alex Cairns makes a smart stop. And then the Carl Dempsey one when he should pull the trigger but decides to take an extra touch. Fleetwood have created a couple of bits themselves. They had the Carl Vassell hitting the bar after the penalty. His strike partner, I can't think his name straight off the top of my head, he hit one straight down Jack Bonham's throat. And Jordan Rossiter hit the bar from distance when Jack Bonham was off his line. We also had the John Akindi effort, the spin volley that was straight down Alex Cairns' throat. Looking at the statistics, it's 51% and 49, give or take a couple of decimal points. 10 shots and 7, both have had 3 on target. Did we deserve to draw? Potentially, but if you're Fleetwood, you're saying it's an excellent performance, a cracking clean sheet and a really good third win on the spin. Frustrating because if we'd won tonight, I think we'd have been within 2 points of the top 6, but we go again on Saturday against Swindon and dust ourselves down, and hopefully if we can get in a positive performance and pick up a win at the county ground, we can get ourselves back into the playoff mix. We always know it's going to be a possibility rather than a probability, but a frustrating evening on the Fylde Coast nonetheless. As always, thanks for watching and listening. Please keep liking, subscribing, retweeting and doing all that you do. Please continue to check out the Third Tier podcast that I'm now co-hosting on a weekly basis. That's every Monday evening from 8 PM. And please continue to download the Fan Hub app and join and be a game changer. Until next time, up the Gills.